Hi, everybody. It's me, Oberon, and this is Banshee.
Welcome to the show.
Welcome.
Tarot for today, Divine Dabblings with
Me.
Oberon and me, Banshee.
No, I'm Banshee. Didn't we decide this before the show that I was going to be Banshee today?
No, we did not. We didn't decide anything before the show. Hey, Libra Cusp, hi. I got you all down, got everybody down. I'll go over the list in a sec. Well, maybe...
Looks like we're joining the war. There's some recruiters here that are waiting to sign us up.
I don't know what you're talking about.
I brought recruiters.
Okay,
Recruiters recruit.
okay. Oh, I brought recruiter. Oh, okay.
Pay attention, Irene.
Wow, I didn't even see that one. Sorry, Libra Cusp. Yeah, it's hard to pay attention to everything I'm doing here. How's everybody's day going? I hope everybody's been safe. Not only do we have the coronavirus, there's lots of stuff going on. These are difficult times right now in more than one way, I have to say. And so today I'm going to use for the collective, oops, could you get the other camera going? Is it Sunny Cam for now? There we go. I'm going to use the Sacred Destiny Oracle that I just got by Denise Lynn to draw a card for the collective. Well, thanks, Libra Cusp. Thanks, everybody, for joining us today. And I'm going to draw. Would you like to draw a card, Mr. O?
Why, I would be so honored and pleased.
That's so beautiful. And it's so me. It's a wolf. Purity.
Well, your cat doesn't like it.
Yeah. The cat doesn't seem to like the wolf card. But anyway, purity is such a beautiful card. So basically this says, no matter what has happened in the past, everything can be fresh and new again. The purity of your soul is shining through everything that you encounter. You are entering into a period of grace. Simply open your heart and know that the best is yet to be. And I just lost my place.
That's right, Am.
The past does not need to equal the future. Your future can and will be shimmering, sparkling, and bright. Old limiting patterns are dropping away. Recurring challenges are releasing. This is a time of redemption, forgiveness, and holy healing. Very nice.
Yes.
So that's by Denise Lynn. It's a Hay House deck, and I believe it's 2019. Fresh off the press, sort of. Year old. The wolf is my spirit animal, absolutely. Yeah, that's a very positive card for what we've got going lately. Our card of the day today was not very happy, was it, Mr. O?
No, I don't know if folks saw that on Twitter or Facebook, but it definitely seems to reflect what's going on currently, at least in the American landscape.
Yeah. So what decks are you reading with?
I just have one today. I just
Okay.
have the Tarot of the Ages, and that is the Seven of Wands or the Seven of Batons. And I like the Tarot of the Ages because it takes each of the quarters or the suits and gives them a kind of genetic or racial or national origin. So, for example, wands represent spirit from Africa, and the swords represent the spirit of northern lands, and cups represent the spirit of the Americans, native and indigenous, and major arcana are Egyptian. And then the suit of coins or pentacles looks to be Far East, specifically more like India.
So
And
RC
you?
Fun Time, thank you for the compliment on Sunny, our cat. And that's a really old deck because I know I have one. I love that deck. I
Oh
worked
my
the
goodness,
heck out
it's
of it.
probably over 30 years old or about 30
Yeah.
years old.
So I am using today a couple of different, well, three decks. This is the, oh gosh, what am I trying to say? I can't think of the name. I can't think of the name.
Silhouette?
Silhouette Tarot. Oh no, but it's by Christopher Butler, I believe.
And
Spirit
thanks.
Within Tarot by Stephen Bright. Sorry about that. Just lost my marbles there for a moment. But I won't on this deck because this is the Ciro Marchetti Tarot of Dreams. I've been using that one lately. And finally, here is one that is an old deck of mine. It's from 2005 that I have not used much. It's called the Revelations Tarot, and it is by Zach Wong. And so I'll be using that. And I have a new Lenormand deck to play with. This deck is called, well, it's part of something called Lenormand Solitaire. And there were two decks with this. But the author of the book is Elena, I'm probably not saying that right, and V.A.D. Veritatum. And basically, this came from the Ukraine. So that's all I know. But it's really fascinating concept that maybe I'll do a video someday about this deck.
And thank you, RC, for mentioning Sunny, our mascot. He's one of three cats who wander in and out of our set here. He's the one who's here the most. He's almost here all the time, but then abruptly sometimes there's no one here. So
That's right.
Thank you. And they're all siblings, one boy and two girls. We got them about 6 years ago, this last week or so,
Yeah.
from a rescue.
Okay, so let's see. I'm going to go over the list, but just know you can start typing your question YOLO because you were first. YOLO, then Angel Mary, Libra Cusp, Merwin, RC Funtime, Nicole, Himani, Am, I Ride a Broom, and Libra Cusp. I believe I have them in the correct order. Maybe Libra Cusp came first.
It looks like it,
I have
think.
Libra Cusp down twice. How did I do that? I said they were third, and then I said they were last. Oops.
Well, Libras are similar to Geminis, maybe, so maybe it's a split personality thing, or no?
Maybe it's because they brought recruiters. I don't know. But anyway, we got you in the right place, Libra. You are third. So, okay, YOLO, what do you have for us?
Oh, yeah, that's so true, Am.
Oh, yeah, good point, Am. Cats are fun. All right.
Well, we'll give YOLO a few moments.
Yeah, YOLO, if you're here, you are up.
Ah, there we go.
Okay. So what do we got? I don't see mine yet. There it is. Okay. The future. Well, what do you think? How do you want to do that?
Well, probably 3 cards, right?
Okay. So, towards me and the future. So, okay. Here you go, Mr. O. Oh, this has been a relaxing weekend. Just taking it pretty easy this weekend. Did a little shopping, went to a local store, very small store, got in and out pretty quick. And back home. So it looks like I'm working most of the summer at home, I think.
Why are you doing a yes or no?
Oh. Yeah, you're right. You said 3 cards. And you're right. Doesn't matter. They're in the same order.
Okay.
And you have, holy cow. And it's really funny, Yellow, because before we started today, I mixed up all of my decks to make sure they were all scattered about and mixed up. But you've got 3 upright cards, and they're 3 major arcana cards. So.
First one's Magician, upright. Then the Devil, upright. And then the World, upright. That's pretty. I like those colors there.
Yeah, that's a nice one. I like the Magician too, actually.
Okay. Well, the Magician shows that this is a person who sees you, I think, as a person of willpower, as a person of directed energies and creativity. But they may also possibly, and maybe this is either how they see you or maybe this is more about their intentions, they're looking at the more material aspects and possibly even, help me out, Banshee.
Are you getting that out of like the combination here? Okay, okay. Well, I tend to think that they are looking at, I don't know how to say this.
Open your mouth and speak.
What they can get out of this out of things with you, out of being with you. I'm concerned about the Devil here because I'm not sure, is it their intentions or is it something else coming through here? But let's not, whoever it is, there may be some obsessive thoughts going on here.
Well, the other thing too is that to me, sometimes this might represent the idea of codependence in a relationship of people who do care about each other, but they enable each other's bad habits or ways. And it may be like a tag team. They go back and forth on that. I'm not saying that.
Well, that's us. No, I'm just kidding. Just kidding.
Oh, that's right. I forgot. We're not talking today.
So basically, I have to agree with you on that, though. I forgot
that we're not talking today.
Yeah, that we're not talking. No, that
pay attention to only this side of the screen.
that there is codependency.
Yeah, I often think that's what's going on there.
Good thoughts.
But it could also be saying too that maybe they're viewing you and that maybe they just see more materialistic aspects that relate to a marriage. Kind of like maybe, just the stuff of the relationship. I don't want to get too specific here. Let's move on to the world.
Well, the world is like, they're really looking for something that completes them, and maybe, best case scenario here, because these are all, except for the Devil I'm kind of about, these are all pretty positive cards. It's almost as if, if they're looking at you, they want to see somebody, who can complete them. And I'm hoping that is really, that they are thinking that fondly of you.
Oh, wow. I hadn't gotten to that yet. So that really fills that in a little bit. Why does this look like Merlin or somebody?
Oh, Merlin? Well,
because he's the archetypal magician.
He's the archetypal magician. That's
and
right.
Sunny is about to take out Cam too. If you back up, it's going to fall over.
Don't do it. Ugh. Well,
you think it's easy running a live stream. Well, it's not.
Okay. I'm going to get some Lenormand to see if I can get more. So as far as intentions go, I would say,
I'm getting a flash.
Uh-oh.
I think that he thinks, this person you mentioned as this person thinks you will complete them, but you will also help pull them out of some of their dependencies or bad habits or situations. I'm thinking that's what I'm getting now.
Okay. So I have the house card, the home card, and I have the star card. So, This looks very positive to me. There's a lot of things to be optimistic about and hopeful. And maybe, they're feeling that way towards you. They are definitely looking for, I think, some security. Sometimes, sometimes the home can be about, because we all feel a certain level of comfort and security in our home.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting that from here. I don't know what you see with that combo.
Well, the stars was first or second?
The stars was second.
Okay, what does the stars normally mean?
Well,
it's the same as
a
the
number
star
of
in tarot?
It's a number of things. Yeah, I think it's hope and aspirations and, positive energy.
So if we're going with the idea of the intentions, I guess they're looking at being in some more permanent arrangement with you, or being in some domicile situation with you, or it could imply just the stronger relationship.
Yeah,
As what they want.
As what they want. So, yeah, that's what I'm kind of seeing here. This looks really positive. But see,
does.
on the one hand, I don't see a lot that specifically, bleeds romance necessarily.
No, not necessarily.
But that doesn't mean that that's not there. If that's
The
what
devil
you're-
could be seen to be maybe a darker side of romance.
Uh-huh.
I struggled with really throwing that out in the open. But yeah, sometimes it's more about the grunty stuff.
Okay. And that's what the cards have for you today, YOLO. I hope that helps. We're going to move on down to Angel Mary. Angel Mary, it is your turn.
He wants to be petted, but then he immediately starts attacking me with his hind feet. Stop that. Hey.
Okay, Angel Mary is up, and then after Angel Mary is Libra Cusp, Merwin, RC Fun
We have their
Time.
question.
I see it. Nicole, Himani, Am, and I Ride a Broom. Okay, Dustin to Mary, and if it's a foreigner, we'll see what we can see about that. Do you want to use yours?
Sure. And we've been tarot readers a long time. For some of the new folks that are in the room here, you may have heard that from your friend. But we've read for a very long time, and we know that there's various controversies in tarot card reading. For example, some people don't believe in using reverse card meanings. We tend to. But there is no one or right way. That basically the cards are a tool to help us or others get in touch with that part of their intuition that helps them arrive at these kind of ideas. Please keep in mind, of course, that we are only allowed to say this is entertainment, and that we give you ideas and expressions and things to consider and think about, but we are not legal or medical or any sort of therapist or advisor. We just like doing this.
Do you think he's gonna...
Look at him.
I know. Here, I'll hold his paw. There. You are
Okay.
silly today. My goodness. Okay.
Interesting.
Okay, so who is this person? Well, we've got this is interesting. We have the Six of Swords. I'm going to have something to say about that in relation to your
It's upright.
question. It's upright. The Hierophant upright.
Hierophant.
Whichever.
Also upright. And then,
Also upright, and the Two of Swords upright.
which sometimes does talk about relationships. Certainly talks about decisions or choices, right?
Choices.
Duality.
You know what? I think this person, who is this person, could be a teacher, an educator. I mean, it could be somebody who's maybe even in a religious function. The Six of Swords upright seems to me, Angel M, that it could indeed be somebody foreign, because that shows a journey over water. Does it not, Mr. O?
Yes, I think so too. I just wanted to mention, you're welcome, YOLO. Thank you for that. Very kind of you.
Oh.
The Six of Swords in some decks also has a connotation about science, and you kind of see it with this one here. It looks like they're doing some tech kind of stuff, even if it is sort of, Norse-ish and stuff. So I often wonder too if this card could be saying that not only is the person live over a body of water from you, but maybe they're involved in science in some form. With the Hierophant, that sort of throws it in a different direction, possibly. Those cards tend to be more about a spiritual person or
Science education.
science education. Well, there you
You know,
go.
it can be a teacher often too. It's a
Okay.
teacher, but like you said, it could definitely have religious connotations, meaning
Or spiritual.
yeah, or spiritual. Somebody who's very much into spirituality.
It's somebody who could be like a counselor, somebody who advises people or who is in charge of some of that. Hi, Divine.
Hey, Gina and Divine, I've got
And
you
hi,
now.
Gina. I want to hug your margarita too.
You know, I went to the store today, and I have to admit, I was going to buy a second. I have one in the fridge, bottle of wine, and I was 17 minutes too early. 'Cause
You
they
have a
don't sell
bad
till
habit of
noon.
doing that. What are
And I
these?
felt so bad. I'm like, oh man.
You've done this before. What are these
did
shopkeepers
do
going to
this.
think? Oh, here's that lady again
Buying it
wanting
in the morning.
booze in the morning.
But I like to shop in the morning. It's Sunday. That's why Sunday
Hi,
has
Nacy.
different rules. Hey, Nacy. So basically, that's. Oh, but now the duality thing, to me, yeah, you know, I think that, you know.
They have a decision to make
Yeah,
about whether or not they're coming here or
Maybe.
whether they're trying to get you there or where you're going to end up at.
I like that.
Mm-hmm.
I want to throw some Lenormand on this, see what else we get here. I would say I'm leaning towards foreign. You would agree with what we've.
I think so. I definitely think so. Oh, you like sangria? You like rosé? Moscato? Or...
Moscato, I like. I also like Zinfandel. I like the Zinfandel.
But you like more red than white.
Yeah, I kind of do. I go back and forth really a lot with wine.
Yeah, I remember you saying that, Nacy. You had some problems with your battery.
So here is the house card and the birds card. This is really interesting, Yolo, because it seems to me you'll be communicating with this person maybe from, not Yolo, Angel Mary. You'll be communicating with this person from home. Possibly maybe social media. I'm wondering.
Is okay, well, and so once again, that kind of implies that the person may not necessarily be proximate to you in distance. So I'm feeling that too, but I just feel that this is moving maybe quicker or in its regular movement. I don't know if you've mentioned that, but I just think it is coming to you. It's steadily coming. I don't know if it's coming super quick, but I think it's coming.
Yeah, who knows today? It's hard, you know, for people to, yeah, you know, I mean, I don't even want to even fathom immigration and travel and the quarantine environment right now. There's so many restrictions going on. So that's what we have for you, Angel Mary. Good luck with that. And Libra Cusp, you are next. So Libra is up, and then Merwin, RC Funtime, Nicole, Himani, Am, I Ride a Broom, Gina, Divine, and Nacy.
All righty.
Oh, Chardonnay, okay. You know, I like sangria too, which is...
Sangria is fruity, and
It's
I kind of
fruity.
like that one. I can't really drink too much, so usually I make bad mistakes like mixing sangria with some comparable soda pop, and then
You're
I
welcome,
forget.
Angel. Good luck.
And then I forget that it's not really wine, so I drink it faster and not good.
Not good.
That was a long time ago, though, so it hasn't happened since maybe close to 30 years ago.
All right, so let's see. Do we have Libra's question? There it is.
You're welcome. Thank you. Thank you,
Okay.
Angel.
All right. What is
You want me
love
to use my
coming?
deck again?
I guess you might mean when is love coming for you, right? And maybe some information about that.
Sure.
So 3 cards. Rosie is good. All right. Do you want me to pick them up or you want to
Sure.
go? Wow, we had all upright cards in the last reading, and now we get all reversed.
Wow.
We have the Sun reversed, Libra cusp. We have the Wheel of Fortune reversed. And we have another 2, the 2 of Coins reversed. It's really interesting, when we're using different decks and we keep getting the same cards.
Yeah, we've been noting this for quite a while.
Yeah. So, what do I have to say? I think that it's a little ways off, still. It seems like, there's not a lot happening right now. There are delays. The Sun is kind of indicative of that reversed. There are all, and maybe even canceled things like, you could set up a date or something to meet someone or maybe a place to go and it'll get canceled. The Wheel of Fortune is this thing about timing too, and fate. It's like it's just not right now.
Well, I'm looking at those and I sort of converge in them a little bit too, because I'm actually wondering if maybe recently or very soon you are going to find out that it's probably better for you to focus somewhere else right now, that maybe you need to pay attention to some other things and maybe just see who is looking for you through that. Because I'm sort of seeing that with the Sun. The Sun is saying like maybe you need something else to be looking for. You need to be looking for a sunlight that shows something else, shines light somewhere else. The Wheel of Fortune is what Banshee said. The timing is just not correct right now. Perhaps you're not in that cycle for that. The 2 of Coins reversed seems to tell me that there's just, besides something you need to know about, the Sun reverse maybe, there's just a lot of other busy things going on that are practical matters. They're taking up your time and attention.
Well, something he said there did strike me a little bit, so I want to expound on that just a moment. He said something about, maybe you have to go in search of rather than, because the question was, what is coming to you in love? And maybe that's the wrong approach is, where are you heading with love and are you going out seeking it? So maybe that's the attitude that has to be taken here, because right now I can honestly say it doesn't look like it's coming to you right now for maybe the reasons you stated there, healing, because you got to be ready. The universe often knows when we are ready for.
I'm an old-time feminist, in my opinion. I've been supporting the ERA and women's rights since the 70s when I hit my 20s. And I always feel that even though those things created a lot of change and changed people's attitudes, not only about the other genders, but also about themselves too and how we perceive ourselves. Yet, as time has moved on, it just seems like we keep cycling back to those 50s and previous attitudes about women's place and women's role. And so I think that society sends a lot of messages telling women that they should be, more demure and more, this, that, or the other, and not necessarily be their own person. And that's all I'm here to say is that feminism says women should be their own person. It doesn't mean you have to go and be a caveman to find your mate, though. A cave woman. What you got?
So I've got the mountains and I've got the lilies. And right now, again, what this is kind of telling me is that there are obstacles to,
Getting there.
sexually fulfilling relationships right now. I really think that's sometimes, the lily can indicate that, and just knowing, or sensuality. It can be about that as well. There's a certain innocence here too, and a naivety, and I think you have to eliminate what might be roadblocks in your path. So maybe it is time to do some inner work on this and kind of reflect on what these obstacles could be.
And I think, Libra, you've mentioned that you have cards or that you know something more about the cards. You might have cards. If you're able to, or just look on the internet even, I would like to counsel you to meditate on the images of the Lover's Tarot. That's Major Arcana 6. And then the Major Arcana Strength, which is either 8 or 11 in most decks. It goes back and forth. But Strength especially talks about the healing strength of our compassion in our heart. And I think that maybe you should just do some meditating. I mean, you can do everything else you're doing too, but I think you just need to surround yourself with those kind of thoughts, and maybe that could be helpful. I mean, I think meditation stills the mind, but it also opens up the mind for other things from all sorts of sources.
That's what we have for you, Libra. I hope that helps. And Mr. O's advice. And Merwin, you are up. After Merwin is RC Fun Time, Nicole, Himani, Am, I Ride a Broom, Gina, Divine You, and Nancy.
Also, anybody, and I know there's a few people that have come here and said similar things or even more dramatic. Go look on our YouTube channel and look for the videos around our Super Tarot Love Week, because we included minor candle burning spells to attract, romance or situations, as well as some other, decent philosophical thoughts about the nature of love. And that was back around Valentine's Day. So if you never saw them, or if you want to review those, sometimes there may be some things in there that might be helpful. Plus, I want another hit on my YouTube channel.
So we're waiting for Merwin's question.
There it is.
Oh, okay, great. Awesome.
Well, whose deck shall we use?
In a past life. Well, I think we need to do a yes/no first, because...
Absolutely. So let's do the Tarot of the Ages again.
Okay. And I'll get out my new one for the... if I can get to it.
I like past life questions, but sometimes I think that, and this is not about you, Merwin, but I do think that a lot of us, we have maybe more of a structured format on how we look at past lives, and we need to kind of break that structure down a little bit, because I have obviously faced the fact that I've had a number of past lives where I've been female, and so therefore was the person who was married to a man or with a man. But also, too, most of my past lives have always kind of showed me that there's a connection between either me and this one, or me and some of my siblings in past lives. Like a few different readers have all said that me and her were brothers and sisters, or brother and sister in a number of past lives.
Okay, so let me... Oh, we were supposed to do the yes/no this time.
Oh, Banshee, what is the matter?
Honestly, I'm so confused today. 1, 2, 3.
Merwin, I have a tip for another card reader if you're looking.
Well, you're doing well. You could just run the show today. I could just go take a nap.
I'm prepared.
I know. Oh, I know. Well, it's leaning towards no, that you're not going to marry somebody that was in a past life. We have I don't know if this is how it's going to apply exactly. The Two of Coins reversed and Justice reversed, which seems to me to indicate
Similar qualities in a way.
that it's not going to be somebody that you knew in a past life, was married to in a past life. So let's just see who this could be and what their connection might have... I mean, how should we approach this? Do we want to do one where we look at the past life of the person she's going to marry? With my deck, I'll do that?
Okay. Yeah, let's do that.
Okay. So we're going to check and see the past life of the person you are going to marry. A little bit of info about that.
One of the funniest things I've ever read about people in their past lives was from the older actress and dancer Ann Miller. Is that her name? Ann Miller? And I guess she was more in the heyday of the 40s, maybe the 30s even. But back then, you know, astrology was pretty big too. And so she would give interviews and she would say that the astrologers told her that she was the reincarnation of the Queen of Sheba. And so that was in the press back then. And then, of course, many years later, Cher comes along. And Cher gets articles and interviews, and she says her astrologer or whoever told her she was the Queen of Sheba. So after that, I said, I'm just somebody that was a janitor in ancient Egypt. I was nobody special. I just used to clean up around the temple or something.
Wow, I'm picking up something really weird here, so I'm going to want your opinion. I might let you go first, but I have something.
Okay, we have several cards. We have Death Reversed. Stunning image there. We have the Four of Wands, which is upright. Oh, I see why you said that.
Yeah.
Maybe.
Well, if you're going to say the same thing,
A marriage that didn't end
we'll
well.
have to fist bump. No, I'm not even sure it's about the person's marriage, but the Four of Cups is there. That is interesting.
Four of Wands.
Four of Wands, I mean, yes. Whoops,
Which
yes.
can represent marriage unions.
Yeah, but here's, well, I'm not so sure, Merwin. What I'm getting out of this is I feel he may have died in an accident, a moving accident of some sort, whether it's Sonny's taking the camera with him,
That was cute in a way.
whether it was a boat, whether it was a car, whether it was indeed a chariot. I'm kind of thinking that he died in motion somehow. And, you know,
I'm actually wondering too if like maybe there was some complicity with arranging this fateful day. Like it was
Maybe.
an accident.
well, or I was thinking too that the Four of Wands, isn't the Four of Wands kind of like building you have a structure, a foundation, or is that more the three? Because I was thinking that maybe he was on a building project when this happened.
Well, I can't rule that out based on that necessarily. I don't see it exactly that way.
So the movement maybe wasn't from a vehicle. He could have fallen. I sense a fall or something where movement was involved. And I'm thinking he did not, I'm looking and I'm thinking he did not live a long life. And I'm getting that from getting the Wands card. That he died fairly young.
Well, I'm actually wondering if somehow he was involved in corrupt business or was being used by corrupt business, because that's what I get off of this Death Reverse card. Something politically not good, unfortunate, as they would say.
Yeah, I can see that. I just because, when death is upright, it says transformation and change and metamorphosis. When it's reversed, it's stagnation and standstill. And that's why when I looked at the chariot reverse, my little psycho sense told me, I think he died young.
Well, I think that's true. I don't necessarily know if it was an accident. I'm actually getting a different feeling now, like maybe he might have been really involved in this company. I'm actually wondering if like maybe he had to like somehow take a powder, like he had to remove himself because he realized the level of corruption.
Oh, you mean like he ended his own life?
He tried to get away.
I see. Okay, gotcha. Well, that was really interesting. I don't know what kind of Lenormand advice we can give on something like that. Let me see. I don't think I've used this for past life, and in my studies yet, I haven't read much about that. But this is really interesting too because, okay, go ahead. But do you want to finish this?
Sure.
It's the anchor. And it's the book, which I'm not, again, it's kind of like staying in place, stuck in place again.
And yet
Doesn't that kind of pop into that death card again I had?
Well, and then the other thing too is that, of course, the chariot was reversed, which really maybe isn't about motion. Maybe it's more about being held in place in a way,
Yeah.
which is what that shows. With the book, of course, maybe that meant that there were things he needed to find out that kept him there. Maybe he had to reveal some of what this undercover stuff was about.
Very good.
I don't know.
I like that.
Yeah, I know. Okay, so
It's a mystery, Merwin, but it's very intriguing.
and I'm going to show the schedule screen for a moment, but I have to go away for a moment, so I shall be right back. So, Banshee, if you want to either
Talk with the screen on. I could. He could have left the screen up, but at any rate, oh, he did sort of. I see the stream schedule's up. So at any rate, do join us twice weekly from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time on Thursdays, and today, of course, from 2 to 4 p.m. We are also doing more videos. We just did a coronavirus update on some things we thought people might find interesting about our outlook for different aspects of what life is going to look like, while we deal with this ongoing coronavirus situation. Because, and remember, it's just a tarot reading. We are not the CDC. We are not health authorities. I want to make that clear. So keep that in mind, but also check it out. I also did a couple soul stories recently. One was about dreams and dreaming, my experiences with that. And the other one, gosh, it seems so timely now. And the only reason I planned it that way was I wanted to do it on the anniversary of my father's death. But I had a very, how should I say this? Woke experience as a 10-year-old child, 1967 in Detroit during the Detroit Rebellion, and what happened a few months after. It was a real racial and race, awakening for me. And, as a 10-year-old, I had a lot to process. And living in all-white neighborhood, person of privilege, I had learned some valuable lessons that year that I believe changed my life forever. So check that out because it's very timely right now with what's going on. I just never had thought that. You're very welcome, Merwin. I hope that made sense to you. But I do sense, I don't know, he could be right. Maybe there's something to that, as well as the fact that, he died accidentally. I really don't think he was like murdered or anything like that, but I do think he had an accident. And but we love doing these kind of questions. It stretches us as a reader. We love any questions you throw at us as long as they're sincere, that's what we do. And so, trying to think what else. The coronavirus one came out, the soul stories. Don't forget, every week, Mr. O puts out his emotional exchanges on Fridays. They come out to give you a heads up on what you can expect in the emotional area of your life for the next week. And then sometime this month, oh, thank you, Merwin. I appreciate that. It's a story that needed to be told, and I'd already told the story in kind of a public medium because there was a storytelling event going on, and I felt it was worth sharing at that. And it just opened me up to the fact that, yeah, I want this story out there because it's really unique in its own way. Oh, hi, pretty star. I will add you to the list. We're waiting for Mr. O, who had to step away. He should be back in a second. Let me get you on the list. We've got pretty star here now. Okay. So the emotional exchanges, our monthly modalities will be coming out. All right.
I'm back. Back in black. The stripe of red.
All right, so we've got Merwin done.
pretty
So that
soon.
means RC Fun Time. Your time for your question is now. And after RC Fun Time is Nicole, Himani, Am, I Ride a Broom, Gina, Divine You, Nacy, and Pretty Star. Yeah, you're a little late today, Pretty Star, but we should be able to get you in, I think. Okay. We'll see what we get, RC.
Excuse me. Thanks.
All right. Oh, you're going to cut them? All right then. Okay. Well, we have the Five of Pentacles upright. We have the Three of Pentacles reversed. We have the another Three of Wands upright. So the Five of Pentacles upright, it just seems like these have been some very, there have been some very unhappy times lately. Some that, maybe you were stretched financially or you were suffering some health problems, either mental, physical, could even be spiritual, just a feeling of loss, a loss somewhere. And that's right here, that first card. Do you want to add on that?
Right. It's often called, this card, the Dark Night of the Soul, because sometimes what it represents is not that there is no hope, but that we're not able to see the hope. So in other words, the idea really is that sometimes inspiration, resources, help is there, but we maybe are blind to it because we're so miserable, we're so, within ourselves with our problems. So it's kind of a reminder to remember that there is other forces in the world besides our own. And then with the Three of Pentacles reversed, well, I'm wondering if that person had a hard time with their employment situation or with their really strong desire to create art or to create something, and that maybe they felt they didn't get encouragement or they didn't get a nod that they needed, that somebody didn't notice or evaluate them better.
Well, sometimes it's difficult to read a card that is so maybe more job or something like that related, craft related. But here I would just say that there was something that somebody felt very unfulfilled and unrecognized here or unacknowledged in some way, that maybe this played into things. Also, the Three of Wands upright, though, is the only positive here, Mr. O. I have to ask a question. Is there more than one child? Because I think you said children. Is there three by chance? Because we got three cards here, or two, three cards here. So I'm just wondering.
Well, in and of itself, the Three of Wands seems to indicate that that is, of course, what the hope is to be united. I mean, maybe this is a symbol of that, to be together again to some degree, because it just really shows sort of a continuity and a feeling like things are moving in the direction you want them to. Things feel whole.
Well, so I think that what this might mean is there is a possibility here, for oh, wow. Okay, that's really interesting.
Sorry about that.
I'm sorry about that. Yeah. But there is a possibility. There is some hope here. But it does seem like there's been obstacles and there's been difficult times. Let's see if the Lenormand sheds any more light on this, RC. Ah.
Ah.
Well, I hope it works out. I really do. I know you feel the loss deeply from seeing the Five of Pentacles here.
Yes, that could be actually what that was about then, I suppose.
Well, RC, this is so weird because sometimes with the Lenormand, I really do believe, well, I'm going to put it out there. I look at this two ways. I got the Child card, and then I've got the Cross card. And I'm of two minds on this one, RC. I think you are grieving your children. I think that's very clear, and you still are, at least for now. And this could also be indicating the grief you feel for the lost child as well. Sometimes, to me, the Lenormand picks up the energy of the moment. And I mean, I just shuffled these cards while we were, reading these, and I take one from the top and one from the bottom. And when it comes out about something we were just talking about, I can't help but think about that.
Well, in context to your question, because we apply that towards that,
Yes.
it is possible that it's just going to be an amount of time and that what would bring you together would probably be your children. So the thing is both of you need to love your children and put them ahead of everything else. And it is possible things will fall into place.
Right, and maybe after more dust settles, with whatever happened with the relationship, I don't know how much time we're talking about has passed here. So if it's been fairly recent, it's probably going to take a little bit more time.
But with the Three of Wands, it does seem to signify that this is probably where it ends here, because it's really a good card, and it just sort of shows a stabilization, a plan, continuity, as I said, and success in the future.
And that was the last card we drew, so yeah.
Thank
so that's
you, thank you, RC.
That's what we have for you, RC. And we are moving on. Good luck, RC. Nicole is up next, and then Himani, Am, I Ride a Broom, Gina, Divine You, Nacy, Pretty Star, and Nejlani.
Najlani. Yes.
Thank you.
I hope I pronounced it right. Ah.
Oh.
Well,
We're going to do a yes, no, but then we might add some stuff to
Clarification,
that. Yeah. Let's see
Those
what
again?
we get, Nicole. You're welcome, Najan. Can you? I'm going to mess
Najlani.
up the names, and I apologize.
And anybody who's here who hasn't already, if you would please like us or subscribe or comment or share, we would enjoy that. I understand that if you subscribe, there's a notification bell you need to press too, and that will notify you when we are on. But just for your information, we're on twice a week live like this. Sundays, this time, 2 to 4 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. And then we're also on Thursday nights from 7 to 9 p.m. Eastern Standard Time. Check out our channel, too, because we have a lot of other content besides our live streams. So we hope you enjoy.
Indeed. Thank you. Right.
And Banshee's doing a yes or no, which is kind of one of our original card methods that we learned long ago, and it's usually pretty good. We are in the Michigan area. We're actually right near Detroit. We're about 25 miles south of Detroit.
It's known as well, it's not the city or anything, but it's known as the downriver area of of Detroit,
Right.
the metro area.
Right. Detroit's kind of funny because when you go to the extreme south, you really are at the river, and south of us is Windsor, Canada. Okay, it's just geography, I guess. But then the other part is that there is no south of Detroit other than the river. So we
Yeah,
have suburbs to the north and the east and the west, but not the south.
Yeah.
It's-
Here's the first one I drew.
Okay. And that's the Two of Swords,
I have ideas
Reversed.
already.
Ace of Pentacles reversed. What is that? Hierophant?
Yep.
And the Hierophant. Okay.
Well, and now you don't have them. Remember, this was first. So that
Which
was
one?
kind of the order, which I think is interesting here, Nicole, because it's leaning towards no. That's not saying he's definitely not in a relationship, but it's leaning towards no. However,
Well, this one gives me the vibe that says
I know what you're
he
going to say.
was in a relationship.
No, I thought it was this one.
Okay, well, maybe they both are that.
No, Mr. O. No, the Two of Swords came up reversed, and to me, this could indicate that he's in kind of a rocky relationship right now, or that it's possibly he's just getting out of a relationship. I will say that. And it didn't go well. And the other card, the Hierophant, I don't know, may indicate to me that he's looking for something rather non-conventional right now.
Yeah, I feel like he is sort of more non-conventional than not. My feeling is that maybe he has ended a relationship, whereas Banshee thinks that maybe it's just grumpy and maybe will end that way. But I also think too that I agree highly with Banshee. There's this unconventional streak about him. So I sort of feel like he could be said to be the kind of person that might not ever want to be married, or at least in his mind he thinks that. That's not to say that he wouldn't, and that's not to say that he isn't capable of a strong, committed relationship. But he may be marriage averse, which to me also seemed to indicate that maybe he was in a marriage before and he didn't like it or something like that. One of my closest relatives, I won't say which one, is like that. This person would probably never get married again because they just felt so mortified by their relationship. Hi, Sonal. We will put you on the list if that's what you like.
Well, I've got some cautionary tales for you here, Nicole. I've got the fish. Whoops, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And
Where's the fish? Oh, there it is.
I've got the crafty, sneaky little fox.
So does the fast fish elude the fox, or does the clever fox get the fish?
Well, it seems to me that he could be playing the field a little bit here. I mean, that's what it looks like because, plenty of fish swimming around there. That's kind of abundance. And then,
yeah.
it's kind of like, is he the kind that might sneak around? I'm not really sure because,
So we've established that perhaps he's non-conventional.
yeah.
And now we're establishing that maybe he's not necessarily interested in one relationship.
Maybe he's just still looking. He's just not ready for something committed.
Well, there is this phenomenon known as dating where people maybe date a lot, and maybe that includes full phase relationships, as long as everybody knows what everybody's up to and agrees, it should be okay. So it's when they're being maybe foxy deceptive that you got to question that.
Yeah. That's what we have for you, Nicole. I hope that helps. Intriguing indeed.
So now you have been added to the list.
Yes, you have. So now I'm going to go over the list right now. Himani, you are up. And
Hermione may be here to watch. Remember in the beginning you said he didn't necessarily. So just tell us yes or no if you're still watching.
Yeah, and Am, and then I ride a broom, Gina, Divine You, Nacy, Pretty Star, Nejelani, and so now.
All right, so if Hamani just checks in with us, but otherwise we'll be on to
Yeah, we might be
Am.
moving to Am, but hang in there, Am, a minute. Let's see what's going on. Give it a second.
You're welcome, Nicole. I hope that helped.
It is okay to just be here and watch, too.
Yeah, we have a couple people that like to do that from time to time.
Okay.
We'll go with you then.
I think we will go with you because I don't think Himani's here. We could always maybe stick them underneath if they.
Sure, we could figure that out.
Yeah. Okay,
Okay.
ma'am. So do you want to use yours or?
Yep.
Okay. So I heard there was another protest in Detroit set for 4 p.m. today.
Did you hear about the big one in London?
No.
A big one.
Wow.
A big one. Trafalgar Square.
Yeah, no.
And they said many people came out of lockdown to do this. And it's for George Floyd. So cool.
It is very cool.
Sorry that he's gone, but
No, I mean, right.
we're
This whole
bringing-
situation is awful.
the entire world is reacting as one. And I'm hoping things get better from this. I realize that people are scared about the vandalism and stuff like that. It really does seem to be a very small part of it. And I realize it's not good, to lose things.
All right.
But we're not going to get real political here. So we're going to just go on to the reading for Am.
Well, Am, it's not going to be real bad. Here we go. This is the worst of it. It's the 9 of Wands reversed. And then we have the 8 of Cups upright. And then we have the 9...
Oops, you did that
Did
wrong.
I do this wrong?
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
That's okay.
And then we have the 4 of Swords
Upright.
So basically, this is a time where you're going to be kind of holding back a little bit. I think, it's a time of recovery because the 9 of Wands reverse sounds like you've been through something.
You may be nursing a small wound. Maybe it's an emotional wound as
Yeah.
opposed to a physical one. But it could be just
Or
the kind of thing,
stress.
something that is just giving you a pause or
Yeah.
a reset in a way. You're just wanting to chill and heal in some way.
Which is magnified by the 4 of Swords upright because that's a card of stepping back and maybe doing some healing, Whether it's just meditating, getting some more, I hate to say in quarantine time, alone time. But, inner time.
But within that, though, there is this idea,
Yes.
though, that you're going to be learning something. You're going to be working on projects. You're going to be also be noticed for some of these things, too, that I don't know if you're working from home or if you have some situation, but somebody likes your style. Somebody likes what you do, thinks you're creative, or would like to patronize you more.
Yeah, so the 8 of Cups to me indicates that, you might be really doing some soul searching in June about where you are in life and where you want to be. And it might mean that you might move away from some things that previously gave you some happiness and joy and moving forward.
It's
Onto
certainly a
something
lot to
that-
think about.
Yeah, something that would give you more spiritual satisfaction.
So let's do our Lenormand then. And hi, Dr. Victor. We will add you to our list.
Hey, Dr. V.
And we've just started our second hour.
Wow, I think we're going to cut it off with Dr. V. I think we'll be able to get everybody in, including Dr. V.
Yeah, it's kind of interesting. I think it's pretty cool. A lot of us are having to rest and meditate more, even if we don't want to, just because we're stuck at home or somewhere. We're stuck in our own minds.
Okay, so I've got the cross here. And I've got the dog. So I just want to tell you that it's possible in June, you might be, a friend of yours might have a loss of some sort that they will be grieving, and you're going to really come and be there for them. Somebody, is going to need you and like a shoulder to lean on.
Yes, I mean, and I'm hoping that it's not, in fact, actually that friend, but it does seem like it's connected to that for sure. be supportive for them. That may be a small reason of why you're stepping back a little bit too, and the healing's indicated too, because this probably means a lot to you to be there for that friend, whoever that person's going to end up being.
Yeah, and the reason I saw it the way I did is because I drew the cross first and then I drew the friend card. It wasn't the other way. So I'm getting the feeling that this friend will be grieving over something. And it doesn't necessarily have to be a death loss. It could be maybe a relationship that's gone sour, something that kind of puts them in a state of grieving or mourning. A job loss can even do that. So that's what we have for you, Am. I hope that gives you some insight into June. I'll give you your deck. Here you go.
Thank you.
And so after Am, we have I Ride a Broom. And then we have Gina, Divine You, Nacy, Pretty Star, Nijlani, Sonal, and Dr. V.
Yeah.
Well, you might be exploring a little more in June, Am. It might be. And,
God bless you too. Thank you.
Oh, God bless you too, Am. Take care.
So, just if you're looking for anything about relationships in particular, on Thursdays, I release the emotional exchanges for the week ahead, for the week from Friday to the following Thursday. And that's kind of like a brief overview of the kind of currents, undercurrents, ups and downs that you might be going through the next week. It may speak to your relationships, primary or otherwise. So those are on Fridays, and I hope you watch them. Nacy says it's their turn.
No, Nacy, it's I Ride a Broom's turn. You're further down the list. I just went over the list. It was I Ride a Broom, Gina, Divine You, Nacy, Pretty Star, Nijlani, Sonal, and Dr. V. So I just put it out there for I Ride a Broom. I might be moving on in a minute. If you're here, I Ride a Broom, just let us know. There you are.
All right.
Terry, okay, hey.
I like I Ride a Broom better.
All right, so let's see.
Okay.
Okay.
Got it.
So what else you got?
Okay. Interesting.
Oh, okay.
Hi, Gina. Jenna.
Hey, Jenna, I'll throw you on there, but I'm not sure. We're really tight today.
Yeah, we seem to have a lot of people here today, so we'll see what we can do. Try
Okay,
real
let's check this out. I am working on pretty things. Okay, furniture. Wow, that's very handy. I'm lucky if I can put anything together that has instructions. Actually, I'm not bad. Not bad. It's just a little arthritis in my hands does not help. Oops. Let me pass it to you.
I think that whole field has kind of gotten really big in the last 10 years or so, too. So that sounds pretty interesting. California would probably be a really good place for a business like that, in my mind at least. The drop C.
Well, it would help if we had that room right there.
Hi, Laura. It's
Hey,
good
Laura.
to see you.
Good to see you too. Well, was I supposed to do a yes, no on that? Because I threw 3 cards. Because you didn't say.
We didn't, so let's read them as is.
We're going to read them as is because
We can try to clarify if we need to.
I do think this is a very good reading, actually, for this. We've got the is that the 8 of Swords?
Yes, it's
The 8 of Swords reversed.
Whoops.
There it is. Okay, the 8 of Swords reversed. We have the Page of Cups upright. And my goodness, I ride a broom. We have
The Nine of Cups.
the Nine of Cups upright. So basically,
Whoa.
what can I say? I think that with the Eight of Swords, it's a move that you're kind of really wondering if it's the right direction to go in, the right step to take. It's a tenuous move towards this. Like you're really thinking, should I? Maybe I want to. Should I? Will it work out? Well, that second card there, which is what again?
Page of Cups.
The Page of Cups, again, this is like taking your ideas, these things in your mind, and you have to now move it along into reality, and make it happen. Because guess what? The Nine of Cups is all about obtaining what you wish for. So if this is something you really want to make a money-making venture and it's something you love to do, that's like all systems go.
It's like this to me. You're kind of moving out of a sense of being limited or being unable to fulfill some of your goals or desires. The Eight of Swords reversed. And the Page of Cups says this is the movement. Pages are messengers. So the message is saying, follow through with these plans because that's where your wish is. That's where a lot of happiness is. Even if this isn't the wish card, it also really portrays a lot of material and emotional
Attainment.
happiness.
Yeah. It's a great
So let's
card.
do a Lenormand for that. Back in the 80s when I was still going to some clubs to see bands, there was a band in Detroit called Plasma Bats. Plasma Bats. It was this one guy and a bass player, but he had this keyboard outfit that was really awesome. And he had a song about, it was called I Love My Car. And that was the chorus. Vroom! Ah, that's funny.
We have the Ship.
Oh dear.
Gosh, look at this. And we have the Stork. For crying out loud.
Make it so, number one.
Terry, are you moving yet? Because the ship is movement, travel, possibilities, movement. And maybe it's saying, because this is the Stork, what it's trying to tell you is you need to move on this something new. You need to make a move to this new project, or making, maybe not new for you because you probably have been building furniture for a while, but if you want to make it a real money-making venture.
I often say, and you may have heard me say this, that I don't do Lenormand. I don't know them. I just work with the symbols because they speak to my mind. And this symbol here, it's like you're building a new nest. You're building a nest that's full of all of your wishes and dreams. You've mentioned before, that this would be an opportunity to reunite with people in your family.
Yeah.
Looks really positive.
Honestly, this is very positive, Terry. So go for it. And that's what we have for you. And we are going to move on to Gina. Hey, Gina, you made it. You're up. After Gina is Divine You.
Jenna, you're a question mark. We're not sure if we will have time. We had previously told Dr. Victor that he was the last. When you came in, we said we would see. So it's possible.
It's possible. We're doing okay, Jenna, time-wise. We're moving through the list. So hang in there, but you are at the bottom. I put you in because you are a loyal person. But yeah, Dr. V, we might not be able to get past Dr. V. We'll see. Let's see. Gina's got her question, though. See, everybody's moving fast. Oh. About Pretty Kitty. Okay, let's take a look. Do you want? Did we use mine this last time? I can't even remember now. Yes, we did.
I think Pretty Kitty's living somewhere else. And I think Pretty Kitty, if Pretty Kitty was a female, I think she found her forever kitty husband. I just have a strong feeling about that. She's living in a home with other cats, and one of them is her mate now. I hope that's right.
But now, what do you want to know about the current? I guess I want a little bit of clarification, Gina. Do you want to know about the current cat?
Oh.
Oh, no.
But you said that they vanished. How do you know that if they vanished? I'm confused and sad.
All right, so then you definitely want to know about the current cat, I would say.
I see. Okay.
All right, here you go.
Oh, that's so nice. Thank you, Terry.
Okay.
That's very sweet. I really appreciate that.
Oh, Terry, thank you. Much appreciated.
Ah, do you see what that question really is?
Mm-hmm. We could have done a yes/no, I guess,
That's
right?
okay. We still might.
Was Pretty Kitty male or female? I sense a lot of fire in Pretty Kitty.
King of Wands, upright.
Actually, or this is, wait a minute. I'm sorry. Hold on. You want to know if Pretty Santa, the new kitty, is the new kitty male?
What's the next card?
We have Temperance.
Nope.
Okay.
wait. Or is she still talking about Pretty Kitty?
Yeah.
No, so neither of them. Whoops. It was reversed?
Yes. Well,
Did Pretty Kitty send Lovey?
you know, looking at these two together, the Temperance and the Two of Cups, I'm sensing that it's possible that that's what happened. They were sorry they had to depart the way they did. This shows a clear break in a relationship, and take it for what it is. It doesn't always have to be an argument or the cat storms off. Obviously, there was a break. And I think this cat is going to have a lot of energy.
Also, you should absolutely trust this cat. If this cat gives you symbols, signs, dreams, whatever, you would want to pay attention.
Yeah, so what I think I want to do real quick here is, do you want to use your deck? Let's do a yes, no, and ask specifically if Pretty Kitty sent the... Because what I am thinking is it's possible, but even if it's not, it seems like this is definitely to heal, this rift that happened to you. So what was that?
That was a butterfly.
Oh.
It wasn't a hawk. It was a butterfly. Well, we're going to find out.
Well, let's see what the cards say anyway. Don't let the cards change your mind if you feel that way. All right. All right, thank you. Well, you know what? This is really weird because I got the King of Coins reversed now, and I've got the Chariot upright. I really sense here that this was sent to you, this cat.
It may have been sent from some other
It's
energy
leaning
or source.
towards no, but it may have come to you from another source. Maybe one of your other spirit allies out there, Gina, might have sent this because...
So we have a reverse King of Coins, the Chariot upright, and the Ace of Swords reversed.
Chariot is movement, and
Yeah.
I feel it was You know, like it came to you. It came to you because somebody sent it here.
Yeah, it just may not have been pretty. I mean, maybe it was the spirit of divine feline wisdom. You don't know. It could be.
Let's see what the Lenormand has in store here for this kitty and you. I think some of these cards are... All right. You know, okay. I've got the
It
sun.
wasn't a cat or a dog.
It's a bear.
It's a bear.
I've got the sun.
It was a
And
bear.
I've got the bear.
It was Papa Bear, I think.
Bear spirit sent it to you. No. You know what I think this means, though, is I do think that, you know, the bear is a very protective spirit, Gina, and it's also a maternal kind of feminine energy as well. It's female power, you know, female empowerment. So I wonder, you know, if it's not your mom, if it's some other important female, you know, that might be around you that sent this to you.
I'm just going to agree with you because I can't see anything other than
What?
the bear.
Seriously?
Oh my God.
Wow.
You sent it to yourself?
You sent it to yourself. Your needs were met.
Return to sender. Address unknown.
Wow, that's really awesome.
Dr. V, we'll get that answer in a moment. Can you kind of give him a heads up on that?
Well, that's what we have for you, Gina. And yeah, that's really awesome. I think that it could be your mom. I definitely could see that with that card. Well, I hope you guys have many happy times together. No dinner for hawks. Oh my goodness. Divine You, you are up. And after Divine You is Nacy, Pretty Star, Najlani, Sonal, Dr. V, and Jenna. And we still have over a half hour left. So let's see what we can do.
Yeah, that seems what it was probably, Gina. Okay.
Oh, hey, no problem, Gina. You're very welcome. It's very possible you did, you know. Our thoughts can become reality. What we send out there, and, you know, maybe your will happen to be extremely strong that day.
This one's a yes or no. And then
Okay.
you can add on to it.
Okay, Dr. V. We'll get to you eventually. All right. So thankfully, stores still aren't crowded. A lot of people are staying home. I had no trouble getting through my market today, trying to be very careful. I have a tie in the back mask, though, and it got a little loose on me at one point. It's just things you got to think about here, and being so careful. So what do we have, Mr. O?
Well, right now what it looks like is it's leaning towards no. That doesn't mean it's absolutely no. You have a 4 of coins upright, which says that maybe right now you're also really kind of focusing more on what your material situations are presenting. And then you also have the 5 of Wands reversed. And that can sometimes mean bad competition. It could mean maybe that,
So I'm not sure this is really answering the question to my.
well, I'm saying it's probably no.
To what exactly? The cocooning?
Is there companionship coming my way? And how soon?
Oh, did I look at the wrong question?
Maybe. Second from the
Oh,
bottom.
is there a companionship come away soon? I see. I see. So, you know what? It is probably no, but it looks to me like it might be because of something you're holding on to. And I feel, even though that's a material card, there might be something that you're holding on to emotionally here, and it might be holding you back from the relationship. And, it seems as though there's some hurt or issue involved from something from the past.
Well, I'm also wondering too if you had specific thoughts about certain people, or that there were sort of people that were friends and you thought maybe you were moving towards that, but there was something competitive, like maybe other people were also vying for that companion too, or that in certain terms the dating field, or the one you would want to be in, is a little bit more complicated or over involved with people too. So what it's looking like though is that maybe there's some personal reasons that you need to think about. It may be a choice. Like maybe, for example, you have to make sure that it's a person who likes your children if you have children, or something like that, or likes your cat if you have cats.
I think the Nine of Wands too just says to me in
It's a
some
five.
way. I'm sorry, the five. Oh, okay, the Five of Wands is saying in some way that you're not ready yet. It's just, to me, you're not exactly ready yet.
So we're going to throw our Lenormand and see what that tells us. Because of the pentacles or the coins here, it does look like it's going to be a longer time before this might happen.
Here, I drew the mountains first. The camera's by you.
So we have two cards. We have the mountains, and we have the woman, which is you, or could be you.
So basically, it's saying there's obstacles still. There is blockages for some reason. Right now, there are obstacles to overcome. Probably quarantining places, it doesn't help. But
Could that not mean competition in the dating field, but just competition in the busy life that sort of keeps you too busy?
yeah, that's very true too. There's competing interests right now. There's, so much going on and so much confusion in a way with the way things
And that
are
was
right
the
now.
reversed Five of Wands.
That's a good call. I'd agree.
So it may be that you're just going to have to liberate yourself with time and or some other resources to be more on that playing field.
Yep. That's what we have for you, Divine You. I hope that helps. Wasn't the happiest thing, but it's not the end of the world. It's just saying, not yet. Not quite yet. And Nacy, you are up. Nacy, it is your turn. And then Pretty Star, Najalani, Sonal, Dr. V, and Jenna. So we'll give Nacy a moment.
There it is.
Oh. This delay always throws me off. Okay, there we are.
Well, I get it first, and then you get it
Yeah.
a second or two later.
Okay. Do we want to do that? I mean, that's a borderline yes, no, or a three card. What do you want to do?
Okay. Well, what do you feel?
I think three card.
Okay.
Let's see what you'll find on a dating app. We'll look at it that way. That might tell us, yes, you are wasting your time, or maybe it's not a good idea. Any announcements, Mr. O?
Well, let's see. I'm happy to be here. Is that an announcement? Did you mention your soul stories?
I
There
did.
There are two new ones, so check
Yeah.
those out. There's also Modality, which is our unique monthly reading. That's about it. I'm hoping to work on my own soul story. Maybe it'll come out in the next week or so. I'm not sure. I actually have 2 or 3 in mind, but I think I'm only mostly developed on my first one.
Okay.
So this is going to be yes or no.
No, we're throwing 3.
That's right. You said that.
Yep. Oh. Wow. So here again are these undecidedly non-romantic cards we've got, but let's go through it.
First, you have the 8 of coins upright.
Go ahead.
Then you have the Fool reversed. And then you have the 5 of wands upright, which we just had in a last reading for divine.
Funny that, and it's upright this time. And what does that
So
tell me? There's a lot of competition out there on social media. There's just a lot of things happening, and sometimes, it can be really kind of a negative experience. There's a lot of energy. So be prepared for, dealing with a whole lot of different kind of energy.
You're going to kind of get pulled in, though, because I think you're going to see a lot of things there that are inspiring to you. So you just need to use some of your better judgment, discernment. And anything that sounds like it's foolhardy, it probably is. So, just stick with the best.
Yeah.
Because good people won't try to fool you, but foolish people will try to get you.
I feel as though, it might be something where, you could check it out, but don't expect instant results, and also don't expect instant results. Really take more time with it, because the Fool kind of reversed is like missteps or misadventure. It could be plans go awry, but also to me, I'm looking at it and thinking to myself at the beginning, it may not look like anything's happening. But if you put your best foot forward out there, like the 8 of coins is saying, that maybe, in time, something will happen or develop.
And I just want to caution you again, because another thing about the Fool reverse is I think it could be just saying, listen to your instinct, listen to your inner. And like I said before, if it sounds like garbage, it's probably garbage. So I'm assuming you probably have good intuition for yourself. So if something tells you, this doesn't seem right,
Go
pay
with
attention
it.
to that. Yeah. So Banshee is pulling our Lenormand for you.
Well, did you just get out of you've been without a person for a while, so you haven't been in a relationship? Because I see an ending here to a relationship.
Well, maybe a different kind of relationship.
Yeah.
You may have had to part ways with somebody you worked with, or somebody, that moved or something like that. Or it could be because of, not necessarily good things, that you disagreed with them about something.
It is possible, too, that it's just pointing out you may have a falling out with somebody. 12 years, that is a long time. So I can't see how that is it, unless, it's really something that's still been kind of haunting you in some way. You could be the judge of that. If that's still affecting you in some way, that loss, you got to work on that, and especially before you put yourself out there on social media.
And I'm just thinking, to answer your basic question, those Lenormands, sort of as the final thought, maybe says that it just really will be taking a while, that there are some issues you have to let pass first. To
You
move that
did
ahead.
not did you show this right? It was the coffin,
Yeah.
and it was the man.
Oh, I thought
You
it
did
was
the
a woman.
because that's the back of the cards. I knew something was wrong here, and that's why I said it was
I
a
thought you got the
relationship
woman.
from the past.
I see. Oops.
So,
Oops.
hey, we both have made mistakes today. So, oops.
Well, that's your new deck, though, right?
This is my new deck.
So it wasn't really a mistake per se. It's just
Well-
not being used to it.
You could put them all up,
I
and
don't
they'd all
shuffle.
be the woman.
I don't
card.
shuffle them, Banshee. So how would I know?
It's true. It just occurred to me after I got them back from you that was the case. So I apologize for not catching it sooner. So that's what we have for you, Macy. I hope that helps. And hey, Pretty Star, are you with us still? We're getting to the bottom of the list here. We got Pretty Star, Nejelani, Sonal, Dr. V, and Jenna.
So we're waiting on Pretty Star. I'm going to go ahead and type their name in.
Oh, Mrs. K, I'm sorry. We're going to run out of time today. You're a little late today. I've had to cut the list off. Thank you for joining us, though. Do check us out some other time. The earlier you get in the live stream, the more likely you're going to get a reading.
You're welcome, Nacy.
You're very welcome, Nacy.
We're not quite up to you yet, Dr. V, but we will be.
We're getting there.
And we got your question from a little bit earlier.
So let me ask again. Is it, you put the name out there?
Yeah, I
Pretty
did.
Star? Okay. We'll give it just a couple more minutes and then we'll move on.
Seconds.
Nope. Seconds. Okay.
Okay. Who is next?
We're going to move on to Nejelani. It's your turn.
I have to tell you, time really flies faster. I can't believe that we're almost at the end of our show.
Where'd it go? All right, so after Nejelani, I'm just going to say...
God, I could use more coffee, Jenna. I'll be right
is
over.
Sonal, Dr. V, and Jenna. We'll see if we get there.
Okay, so...
No, Jenna, you're still down the list.
here's-
Oh, there you go.
Okay.
Okay. Leo feels towards me.
Okay, we have your question.
Well, those are
Nejelani.
3 questions. When will he contact me?
Well, let's do 3 to 4 cards and see if we can get that, if we have our intent there. Okay.
Let's do 3.
All
Each
right.
card will be an answer, and if we have to draw something else... Okay, so now you will be next after the one we're doing right now. So hang in there a minute. We're almost there.
The same card fell out twice.
Well, what is it?
The Chariot reversed.
Are you whispering to me live? Okay, did I shuffle these?
No.
I didn't think so. You are confusing me, Mr. O. Yeah, I didn't sleep in, but I woke up really tired today, Jenna. Think it's affecting my brain during this stream.
Nejelani, a card fell out twice while I was shuffling. The same card in the same position. It was the Chariot reversed, which tends to indicate maybe there's some drive or motivational issues, or we're having trouble getting started up. So I don't know exactly how that feels to your relation to the question. It could be talking about the Leo person, that they're not quite able to put it in motion what they want to do. Like maybe they're shy, or maybe they have reasons why they're not quite able to put it into motion. Here is the actual reading. We have 3 cards. We have the Ace of Coins reversed, the High Priestess reversed, and the Magician upright. So keeping in mind what I said about the Chariot reversed, I'm just going to go to that first card. And,
So that would be, how do they feel towards them?
well, I'm wondering if maybe they didn't exactly feel like they got off to the right start, and like they felt maybe they didn't see you exactly the way you might have wanted to be seen. So maybe they have a different impression of you than the one you might have wanted to give. It's possible that maybe they thought you were more prosperous in certain ways, and now they're not feeling that, or maybe they thought you were less prosperous in certain ways, one or the other.
Well, I don't know about that. I do feel like there was something bad from the start that maybe didn't get worked out properly. And it's really funny. It's got to have something to do with the relationship because I just pulled a card, the Two of Cups. It seems like in some ways you had a lot going for this relationship, but something right from the start just wasn't right. There's awful lot of materiality with this card, but also it's beginnings, beginnings that just did not turn out as fruitful as they could have been. And the
So-
High Priestess.
okay.
Oh, go ahead. No, go
Well, I
ahead.
was going to ask you. So
Yeah.
you're thinking that what they feel is that you're saying this card is texturing that one.
In a way, and now
Okay.
that I see what they said about this, so it's possible some relationship interfered with it, and maybe that's why I've got the Two of Cups here. Generally, the Two of Cups is a very positive card, but I could see in a way how that could happen.
I'm trying to wrap my head around it because I wasn't going with your card. With this card, I just felt that they feel like they underestimated you, or they didn't feel like they knew you the way they thought they did. Or I'm also going to go back to that idea that maybe they thought there was something more fortunate about being with you, prosperity, or less fortunate about being with you, prosperity.
Okay, so will this person apologize? We got the High Priestess reversed. And I'm thinking their mind is they're not thinking of apologizing.
They may not, but I'm also going with the ideas from the first card, things that they don't understand about you. They maybe don't understand this about themselves, that they need to apologize, that maybe they're just not
Yes,
really
yeah.
seeing what happened as being commensurate with that apology.
I don't think it's not like they feel they can do no wrong. It's just that
They don't really
they
understand
don't
what they did.
see, yeah, they don't see it as being wrong for some reason in their mind.
We do have your question, Dr. V.
But the final card is, what was that again? When will he contact me? Well, I think he possibly will.
It looks like he will. I mean, this is a person who, this card tells me, is dynamic and has willpower and is in charge. And so pretty much they do what they want. They call the tune, at least in terms of their own sense of self, like they feel they're always in charge.
So I was just going to say, this is really interesting because I was going to say, yeah, this person's going to call you when they are good and ready. And that,
I can go with that.
yeah, I'm not sure that means anytime soon from what I'm seeing, but I'll see if anything comes up in the Lenormand that changes my mind about that. Oh, what do you have? Okay. Go on. Go
Well,
with it.
I just thought about what we were talking about, and I pulled another card, the Ace of Wands reversed. And I'm thinking that it just corroborates with that. It will be a while yet. They may think that in a way, but they just can't seem to put that into their plan to do that. They may think that they're doing that, but it's just not quite there. It is also possible too that it's just really a lot further off in time. I'm not sure about that, but
Well, I drew the coffin first, and then I drew the child. And so what I'm looking at in this situation here is I'm thinking that, maybe there's going to be some small amount of closure. But I think definitely something is coming to an end. There's not going to be any kind of a change in that. Because the child, sometimes if it doesn't mean an actual child is, involved in all of this, it means small steps, things in small quantity. So a small ending, a small closure.
Although your questions about the Leo person seem to be going in a certain pattern, this sort of breaks from the pattern to me and tells me that maybe what happened was, and I'm not disagreeing with Banshee, it could just be another thing, but it was the death or the end of your innocence or your childlike belief.
Well, I think that's great. No, that's a
That-
great add-on.
Yeah, it's an add-on. I think that this represents now, at least, that you realize you were innocent to believe that, or
You
just
know,
that it
trust
killed that.
him,
It killed
right.
that
Yeah.
for you. It doesn't mean that these other things won't happen,
Oh,
that
it's
they
very
won't come
good,
back.
Mr. O.
But maybe it just means that you need to put yourself on the pedestal and let them come to you.
That's what we have for you, Najania. Thanks for waiting.
Yes.
And I wish you luck with that. So we are moving to... So now,
Okay, so now wrote their question in there, so
Oh,
hold
okay.
on a moment. Let me back up to that. Will I top in my master's degree of law?
will I what?
Top.
Top? Okay. Okay.
Get a good grade. Or be
Get a good grade.
Or be the
Okay.
top. Be the top.
Be the top. Well, let's do a...
So this is about your coursework in college.
Oh, let's do a yes, no on that. Get out this new Okay.
Thanks for repeating that.
Boy, this cat is just sleeping in place everywhere. You woke me, he says. Uh-oh. These are newer or hardly used cards, so they're a little tricky to shuffle. Your turn. Aw.
It's a beautiful deck, Banshee.
Thank you. It's different.
Yeah, it is a little
I
different,
think
isn't
for
it?
me, I like the concept more than what the cards are. I like the concept behind the cards.
All right, Jenna.
Well, it's not a definite no, but it is leaning towards no. And we have the Two of Swords here reversed. And then we have the King of Wands reversed. Do you want to go ahead or do you want me to? I don't care.
Go ahead.
Well, I think that, the King of Wands reversed, it's interesting to me. I sense here that, it's not going to be a horrible thing, but you're not top. It just means you're not top. You're not going to be at the top of your game with the master's degree. But, and it means basically because either somebody didn't appreciate, the effort that you put in is a possibility here with the King of Wands. They're not seeing what you've done the same way you are. And I kind of sense that with the Two of Swords here too, that there's some kind of a decision here.
Right. I'm actually wondering if there is a little bit of confusion maybe with some of the final assignments or moving towards the class there, and that maybe something they're not quite understanding. And I don't know if there's time for you to correct that there, but I get the feeling like maybe there's a slight differential in their understanding of a final paper or grading. But I mostly agree with Banshee here that you may not be the top in your class, but I think you probably will do okay.
Yeah, I'm going to see what the Lenormand says on that, see if we can tell. I don't see anything horrible here other than, oftentimes, teachers, like I said,
They have
I was,
favorites.
yeah, I was in a situation one time where I felt I was being graded too harshly. I just thought this is really unfair. But it was hard for me to argue. I tried to argue my case, and it just didn't get through. But I mean, it was just a matter of percentage points, but it meant a lot to me at the time. So sometimes, but in the end, it all worked out fine. You have to let these things go sometimes and just move forward. Well, it's funny. Now I get the romance cards, but okay. Here is ring
The compass, or
number. No, it looks like a compass, but there's a ring in a box. So it's a ring, and then we have the heart.
oh
And
my.
I think what this is just saying to me is, nobody can argue that you are not very committed and passionate about what you're doing. What do you
That's
think?
exactly what I would have
Because the
said.
ring is about commitment, and the heart
Passion.
is about passion and love. And so when we take it in the context of you working towards your degree, I think you put a lot of yourself into it, and that's a real positive thing. So that's what we have for you. So don't, like I said, this may actually, hey, we have been wrong before, and it's not a definite no. So it is possible you'll be able to turn that possible no into a probable or definite yes.
And we always feel that any tarot reading is a snapshot in time, that it tells you what we're feeling or intuiting at this moment, but things can always change. You would not be surprised how much things can change in a day. So we do hope that helps.
Yeah, we hope that helps, really. So now that was you. Good luck. And Dr. V, guess what? You are up.
And we have your question, Dr. V. So
And
let me
Jenna,
just...
we will be able to get you in.
Yeah, it looks good, Jenna. They want to know the outcome of their partnership with FCD.
Oh, yeah. Okay. All right. Do you want to use this again, or?
Sure, I like that deck.
Yeah, thank you.
All right, Dr. Victor, we got your question. We're going. Sonny, what? No, Dr. V's not here, Sonny. You can go back to sleep.
You're welcome, Sunal.
You'll get a reading, Jenna. And you are welcome, Sunal. All right, we're doing your question now. Did I already shuffle?
So now,
Dr. Victor?
maybe you did.
Maybe I'll do them again.
We can tell we're at the very last few minutes of our stream.
So your question was about the outcome of your partnership with FCD.
That's been coming up an awful lot today.
The 9?
Yeah.
Yeah, it has.
And this is a different deck again, so...
We have 3 cards for you, Dr. V. We have the reversed 9 of Wands. Whoops, let's throw that there. And then we have the reversed 7 of Pentacles. And then we have the King of Pentacles. Do you think that they're mostly pretty pleased with you? Because I sort of get the feeling like they're pleased with you. They may even offer maybe a promotion or certainly more responsibilities. And I'm also feeling, too, that this was a moment that just had to come. That this moment just came kind of, unexpectedly, perhaps, in a way. That what it represented, I think, was that there was finally somebody said, we're going to make this work. It was like just things were in place, and then all of a sudden somebody said, no, we have to move this now. We have to bring this all the way. With the 9 of Wands reversed, that may, to me, signify that you had some doubts there about that. But I'm thinking with these cards, it's looking better.
Well, absolutely. But I'm wondering with the 9 of Wands if there was some lack of preparedness, here in this partnership, that something was not quite in place. And maybe things had to be, yeah.
Well, these two kind of represent, like two. This is saying like not quite. This is saying like, oh, maybe we want you to do more.
Well, yeah, or maybe there was somebody offering more, is what I was thinking too.
Okay.
Offering their help. It seems like this person definitely wants to offer help in some way or support. They're definitely a supportive individual, and they probably have the means to support you. The Seven of Pentacles is one where, and it's reversed, it's kind of like focusing. To me, the Seven of Pentacles is about, focusing on, what you're doing to make sure. Are there other things that you could do to make this partnership better, for example?
Right. It could be that you have more work to do, but you maybe haven't been able to quite see yourself doing that. It's not like it's not laziness so much as like maybe a moment of lost thought, being abstract for a little bit.
And yeah, and see, so the Knight of Wands, oh, it's an interview. Okay. Well,
Oh. Well.
they're going to make a selection, but I'm not sure if they feel you're ready. I mean, I guess I'm looking at this a little bit differently. There might be some support here. One of the people, involved in the interview, if there's more than one person, is going to be very, very supportive of you in the interview. And the Nine of Wands indicates to me, though, there may be some question about preparedness. What do you think now that you know this?
Well, I sort of see like it's still being two sides of that. Like maybe there is that, what you just said, but then there's also this idea that they want to move towards a decision. So
Yeah.
depending on where the other candidates are, it still to me sort of looks like you may still have what's that word? The fast track.
The upper,
The
fast track.
That
Yeah,
you're
okay.
maybe, one of only two or three other persons they're considering.
Let's do the Lenormand on this.
So good luck, and we're going to do our Lenormand and see that. It seems to me like they are making their decision faster than they had been. I don't know if they were really slow before, but it really is about them finally saying, we're good, now we need to decide. So maybe they had to really look at everybody and discuss it a lot.
Well, this is really interesting. So we have a female, a woman card, but it could just mean a partner. It doesn't necessarily have to be, so it could be a partner. And then there is the stork, though. So if this was a relationship reading, I'd be saying you might be welcoming, a little bundle of joy, a child coming. But since it's not,
Well, that could be the job.
right. Well,
Yeah.
that's why I said, since it's not, it's probably indicating that there is something new coming to you. And it might be, I don't know if a woman is involved in this decision, but there is one key player here, one person of support who could possibly make this happen.
So yeah, I guess it does look like, although there's still a little bit of nebulousness, it looks like maybe you are, in that final track. I mean, that's what I was kind of seeing. I'm actually hoping you will expect
Yeah, I'm
to hear that.
optimistic, Dr. V. I'm optimistic, but let's see what happens.
Okay, she's a woman. Very
Wow.
good.
Okay.
Well, we wish you luck then, and you'll have to let us know.
Yeah, you definitely have to let us know, Dr. V.
Good luck.
That's what we have for you. Hey, Jenna.
And you're welcome, Jenna, too. We like having you here, so we made an effort to, and we're good with going overtime. So
Yeah, we're only going a few minutes overtime with you, so it's not a big deal.
Oh, it's okay, really. Don't worry about it. Where'd your dad go? What state was he visiting? Where was he at? You are welcome, Dr. Victor. Good luck.
You're welcome, Dr. V. See you again.
Oh, and what kind of question are we doing for you too, Jenna?
Do you want to use yours or?
Sure.
Okay. I have hard of hearing in my left ear as well, Jenna. That's my bad ear. Well, actually, nope, I take it back. It is my right ear. My left ear is actually my good ear.
Okay. General for the next month. Starting tomorrow. Shuffle. General's fine. For most of the years we've been readers, that's probably been the most often thing that we've done. When we did our more public readings, I think we both mostly started off with two readings for the person we were reading for. It would usually be a general reading, and then we would let them have one or possibly more follow-up questions that were more like the yes or no's. We did that for many years, and usually that would involve spending approximately 10 to 15 minutes with each person.
All right, let's see what we have.
Okay. Oh.
Two aces, one upright and one reversed. So you have the Ace of Pentacles upright. You have at the end here the Ace of Cups reversed. It's almost like we did a yes/no without doing one. And then we have the Death card reversed in the middle. So Jenna, there's a couple things happening here. And I think I'm going to go with this. I think that there's some beginning of something that could be financially beneficial to you in the month ahead.
What's that look like? It looks like a big honking gold coin.
Yeah. So I would say that looks pretty good, Jenna. Now, Death reversed, though, is a little bit of a stumbling block. It basically means you're going to be a little bit lazy this month. You're not going to feel like getting a lot accomplished. So I don't know where the money's coming from, but something's good happening. That is showing that just not a lot happening. And, if we're still all under quarantine or whatever, just trying to get back to normal, maybe that's not a bad thing.
Well, I'm going to take slight issue because I see that it could be that, but I think it could also have something to do with the job situation too, that maybe if there are still more factors going on with the COVID that is causing slowdowns, that industries may be stagnating a little bit. So
True.
You may find that maybe your company maybe is going to cut people's hours or do some shuffling around like that. I don't think this is a overwhelming horrid experience.
Well, because clearly there's something positive here with the money.
So it's possible that
I'm
maybe
not
in the
sure.
aftermath of that they might suggest something to you. Maybe they have another store that they could also put you at for more hours, or maybe somebody will give you some other opportunity you can pursue.
Yeah, it may be another money-making opportunity then. But I'm not sure I'm tying in the Death with your employment. I'm going to leave that kind of open. And the Ace of Cups reverse just indicates that, sometimes you get down on yourself, or you get down on the things that are happening in your life. So maybe that's why you're not accomplishing much, is you're kind of in the doldrums a little bit emotionally.
I think that as June goes on, you're still going to also be thinking about the friend who is having difficulties with you. And I don't think it's just you mostly thinking about it. I don't know if you're going to do things with them, but I think you're just going to maybe reflect on that and wonder if you did something wrong. I don't think you did. So you should just let that go, I think.
It could be that lingering situation. I didn't even think about that. Yeah.
As far as the more offers of hours, I'm thinking that's only in the context that if they're having problems at that store, maybe there's a branch store that they could be able to get you fitted in with, or something like that, where maybe you hear of another opportunity.
Well, I think that's probably more likely.
Excuse me. I believe that too. It's more likely that what's going on in your workplace may say that there's an opportunity coming to you somehow, somewhere else. You might find it on social media or somewhere. Maybe somebody will tell you about it. Maybe your father will. Somebody will say, oh, maybe you should just think about another job. Maybe.
Well, but whatever that is, I think it's going to end up positive just because of the Ace of Coins there. So I feel real positive that in the end, financially or, as far as job stuff goes,
financial looks
it's all gonna
good.
be okay.
Some of your emotions are a little wobbly, but
Yeah.
they're not like nobody's breaking your heart. Nothing like that.
No, but I think it's internal. I think it's, where are you getting your happiness from, and looking at that.
Definitely check out Brittany. She's a loyal friend, or she will be. That's what we're
The
seeing
first
there.
card I got is the dog, which is friendship. And then we have the moon, which is, the moon is about success. This is probably, really good to get together with this friend. This person
It's also
seems...
finding out things, too.
Yeah, you might find
So-
out something you need to know.
So,
who knows? Maybe
yeah.
about the job thing.
Yeah, for some reason, because they're connected, I'm just wondering if this friend Brittany, and I don't know if that's the new friend you mentioned or if it's an older friend, if maybe they have a role to play in that, like maybe they know something and they help you find out something, or at least they encourage you.
That looks very positive. It looks like
does.
they are definitely going to be an influence in this month ahead. And a positive one at that.
All right.
And that's what we have for you, Jenna. That wraps it up for today.
Okay. Well, then maybe she's going to give you some enlightenment somehow or show you something, because I do feel that she is a good, loyal friend.
So we are done. And here's your cards.
Wow, look at that. This is the first time we've only been 5 minutes over. But we
In a
love
while.
doing it, so it's never
Yeah.
a problem, really. If it is, we would be honest and tell you why we can't.
So thank you, everybody, for joining us today. I think we did something like 17, maybe 16 readings. So this was really awesome. And we appreciate it. And we love spending our time with you. So looking forward to seeing you Thursday.
All right.
Take care, everybody.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye for now.
You're doing it.